Can y'all hear me now? Looks like my OBS is picking it up, so hopefully y'all can hear me, or my OBS is lying to me. Cool. Thank y'all. Welcome, everybody. Thanks for joining me this morning. FFS. All right, so let's see. Let's grab the link for the Discord. Get everybody on in this, and then we'll start reading the headlines. Loud and clear. First time joining live. Welcome, Ryan. Thank you for joining me. Let's see. Let me just post this in the announcement. Live trading starting now. Okay. All right. And then I will send y'all the link to join the Discord, so y'all can keep up with me on a daily basis. Let me actually move my camera so it's pointing at me. That would be nice, right? But yeah, let's see. Never expiring. Good morning, Josh. Beautiful morning today. A little bit cold outside, but that's the Northeast for you. So let's start off with the news that's hitting the headlines today. Two major headlines that I want to talk about. So I'm going to go to investing.com. I'll link this for y'all to search for yourself. So the headlines for today was the NASDAQ set for small gains as Tesla leads growth. The two headlines that I wanted to talk about, though, was what you saw in the title and thumbnail, which was Elon Musk versus Apple. We'll talk about that a little bit later because there's another headline I feel like is more important. So this is what I talked about yesterday with the China news and the lockdowns and the protests going around that. Let's see if I can find the news on that. China stock market news. Hopefully I can find it. Stocks rebound as protest. This is probably a paid one. Gotta love paid news outlets, but so they're encouraging elderly to get vaccinated. They want the vaccination rate to get up to, I think, 80% is their goal. So the markets are taking this as this is a step towards, China getting rid of COVID, getting rid of the zero COVID policy. I don't think that way. I think that the Chinese government is obviously a very controlling government, unfortunately, obviously with the zero policy that they have for COVID. And I think they're just trying to, push the vaccine. And so far, from what we've seen from the vaccines, they are efficient in, causing severe illness, especially in elderly and, people that are at risk. But not so much whenever it comes to the efficacy of stopping it, stopping the spread. It's kind of like the flu shot. Like the flu shot has about a 50% efficacy. And I think I haven't done, a ton of research on it. But I would imagine that the efficacy for, COVID shots is probably around 50 to 70%. But yeah, don't want to get too political about this. I'm just trying to, look at the numbers and see where the markets are going to go from that. So we got the China news, and then you have Elon Musk and Twitter and Apple kind of going at it. So Apple recently deleted their tweets from Twitter, obviously. No other place to tweet, but if you go to Apple's page on Twitter, there's nothing here. But what's interesting is if you go to any other Apple Twitter page, like the arcade, for example, they have all these tweets. And people are saying there's a mixed kind of confusion going on around this. Some people are saying that they never tweeted in the first place. I'm not really sure. You'd have to probably pull up the what is it called? The archive of the page. I forget what it's called. The Wayback Machine. You could probably do that actually and probably figure that out. So if we go back to Apple's Twitter page and copy and paste that link. Oh, my iron condors that I opened yesterday are up right now, so we might consider closing. So I opened these yesterday, and this might be a trade that I close this morning. Maybe first thing, we'll see. Let me sit up and relax a little bit. All right, so the TLT iron condors that I opened, this was a 391 to 399. Good morning, MC. 391 to 399 strike prices for the shorts. So I ended up buying the 390, selling the 400. So it's a $1 difference between the strike prices for the puts, $1 difference between the calls. I usually like to use $1 differences because it makes it easier for me to do the math. This is a video that I'm posting not this Wednesday, but next Wednesday, talking about how I close trades. So I'll set what I call a mental probability of what I think the trade is going to work out. This one I specifically got a credit for since it's a short iron condor. And my assumption for right now is there's probably between a 5 and a 10% chance that this trade goes against me. So 90 to a 95% chance that this trade goes in my favor. Right now, this is trading for 16. So that tells me that the markets think there's about a 15% chance. So what I'll do is I'll use that arbitrage between what the market's think and what I think. Sometimes I'm wrong, and that's why I'm not ever married to a number, right? You always want to keep an open mind. So, later in the day, if SPY ends up dropping to 393, 392, then, I might change that mental probability to something like 15%, and I might be willing to close it now if SPY was trading at 393. But for right now, my assumption is there's about a 90 to a 95% chance that this trade is going to go in my favor. So my goal is to close this trade between 5 and 10 cents a piece. Right now it's trading for 15, so I'm going to wait it out. And I do have a couple of exit plans. Let me pull that up for you. Sorry, I need to get some water. I'm dehydrated this morning. I also need to open my Thinkorswim would be nice. We'll see. All right. Okay. So logging into Thinkorswim at the moment. Sorry, I'm a little bit late this morning. Pretty busy morning for me, but that's okay. So my goal, I think, if I remember correctly, was to exit if it went above 396.35. I'll double check my numbers. Thanks for coming, Guile. Really appreciate y'all being here. We got 30 concurrent viewers. How many likes do we got? We got 5 likes. Let's get those likes up to 20. Anyway. Yeah, so we're trading at 396.43, so that was part of my exit plan to get out around that level. I didn't get an alert, which is kind of odd. Oh, so it's actually 396.83. So if SPY ends up going above 396.83, then I'm out of this trade. Doesn't really matter what the price is. I would estimate that they would probably be between 15 and 20 cents if it happened in the next 5 minutes or so. But for right now, I'm still in this. And ideally, we want this the way that an iron condor works and with any kind of spread option is you want to be as correct on the spread and your assumption and as close to expiration as possible. So the ideal scenario for this specific option is SPY being at the smack dab in the middle between 391 and 399, 8 points apart. So that would be 395 is our ideal price. And then we want it to be 395 as close to the expiration as possible. This one expires today, right? So we want SPY to be 395 at 3:59 p.m. in order to, get the most out of this option. Looks like I just got a text alert. Just logging in, so nothing to worry about there. Okay. Anyway. So I'm looking at this trade. This is probably going to be my main focus, but I did want to get back to that Twitter and Elon feud that's going on and pull up the Wayback Machine for this. And just to verify, if, Apple ever tweeted, I'm not really sure. So, lots of web hits recently, I guess, with all the drama going on and people trying to check it out, what's going on. So let's go back to, I don't know, some random date. Let's go back to July 6th. Actually, let's go back to before the Twitter deal was even thought about, back in January. We'll go to January 8th. Random date. Let me get my water. Okay. Something went wrong. Try reloading. Gotta love advertisements. Okay. Not really sure what's going on here. I guess you can't pull the web archive of Twitter for some reason. That's something they should probably work on. Would be nice. A nice little addition that they could add to Twitter. Let's go to January 27th. At 7:21 a.m. Oh, this is in a completely different language. Okay. Well, I don't know if we'll be able to verify this today. Let's try one more date, and if that doesn't work, then we're just going to give up hope for this. Good morning, Eric. Let me actually move this mic a little bit closer to me. Yeah, so Apple hadn't tweeted as of January 3rd or something, whatever date. I think it was January 3rd that I had pulled up at 12:25. So the rumors of Apple never tweeting or Apple deleting all their tweets seems to be false. So you have that, but another headline that hit this morning was Apple actually, supposedly, according to Elon himself, threatening to ban Twitter from the App Store. So if you go to Elon's page, the battle for the future of civilization, if free speech is lost, in America, tyranny is all that lies ahead. I'm not going to make this too political. I am on Twitter, though, so that'll tell you my stance on the subject. Twitter files on free speech suppression soon to be published. Where is... So the 30% tax on everything on their app store. Let's see. Apple has also threatened to withhold Twitter from its app store, but won't tell us why, as of 19 hours ago. So a lot of drama going on between Elon and Apple. We'll see how it unfolds, I would imagine that Elon would probably, if that's the case, Elon would probably just make his own operating system and try to find a workaround, basically. But who knows with him. Elon is a wild man, I will tell you that. Gotta love him, though. All right, we are doing hot today. So it looks like our Intuit spreads that we opened yesterday during the live stream are doing pretty well. These are up by 44%. Intuit's currently trading at 384, and their earnings is today after hours. And I think that I'm going to reduce my leverage going into the earnings, just because earnings is always a binary event. It can either go really well or go really poorly. So I think I'm going to close it into. SPY still hasn't reached that 396.83 level, so still going to hold these iron condors that I have for SPY. But checking out into INTU. Currently trading at 384. There's a 384.82 resistance that I drew up, I think, on the yearly chart, if I remember right. Not exactly sure where it starts. Let me check the Discord to see if everybody's doing okay over there. Yeah, it doesn't look like there's any new messages. Hopefully you'll join the Discord so we can chat a little bit more. I'll actually pin that comment that I made. Actually, I didn't pin, or I didn't even post the Discord link. Sorry about that, guys. Generate a new link. Oh, that's the wrong one. All right. All right, so I'm going to pin that message so everybody can join the Discord and we can chat a little bit more whenever I'm off the stream and everything. Y'all can ask me questions, whatever you want. Always here to help y'all out. But Intuit's trading at 384, and I had that support or resistance level drawn from, let's see, I think it's the middle of this green candle right here. So if y'all haven't, watched the way that I do price analysis before, what I'll do is I'll take the open and the close of very large candles, such as this one, or I'll take, the next one, super red candle, and I'll divide that by 2. So the open of this candle was 371.12. The close was 395.78. Divide that by 2, and you get 384.82. Right? So that is basically what I call it is a candle of significance. So it's significant because it's a lot larger than other candles. And it's also the bottom of this gap down that we experienced between 11.2 and 11.3, coincidentally. There's really no such thing as coincidence in the market sometimes, but let's see. Yeah, SPY's coming back down to 395.80, so I think the iron condors should be doing us pretty well. We're only up 64 now in the N2, so we'll wait. These should be probably valued a little bit more because now it's down to 383.50, tracking along with SPY going down. But let's work on closing this. So SPY's trading at 395.70 at the moment. It's pretty close to my 396.83 price level, like it's only $1 away. And there's a decent chance we continue the sell-off from yesterday because I don't think that the new China news on the COVID vaccine push is really going to help us. So I'm going to work on closing this, maybe closing half of them instead of closing all. So I have 20 of these that I got for 22 credit each. And I'm going to try to close them at the ask price. With Robinhood, you basically always have to close them. If you're buying it back, paying a debit to buy it back, then you're going to have to buy it at the ask. If you're selling it to close, then you're always going to have to do it at the bid price. You can put it in between, but the chances of getting filled at the between the strike prices is a lot lower. And if you want to get filled the quickest, you always have to go with either the bid or the ask. So I'm going to type in, I'm going to do 14. Actually, the ask just dropped to 13. So I'm going to try 13. I'm going to close half of them. That way I'm reducing my risk a little bit. Going to hold the other 10 of these. We'll see how long I can hold them. Doesn't look like that's going to get filled for us, but we'll see. I might have to go to the bathroom right quick. I don't know why. I'm feeling a little bit nervous when I get in front of a whopping 30 people. So there's 33 people in the chat. How many likes we got? We got 15 likes. Can we get 25 likes? All right. Let's replace the order for 14. That's probably going to get filled at 14, more than likely. And then we'll hold the other 10 and wait to see if SPY ends up crossing that 386.83 level. Give the man a like. Yes. Thank you, Ryan. We got 23 likes, so we're close to that 25. Gotta feed the YouTube algorithm, guys. The hungry YouTube algorithm. So I closed 10 of those at 14 each. So I paid $140 to close 10. I'm going to post that over in the trade alerts that I have over on my Discord. I didn't earn your heart yet, Roddick. My 100, how much profit was that? Did my 120 profit not earn your heart yet? Let's see. I think there's more to go on this. Looks like the price has literally just dropped after I closed that. Typical. Thank you, Roddick. Let me post this in the trade alerts, though. Where is my... All right. And I'm just going to be posting closing trade alerts, and then... and then the ones that I open, y'all will have to go to the Discord for. I will give like the trade idea, obviously, but the trade itself, opening up, will put on the Discord. Just close the 10 of 20 SPY 390, 391 to 399, 400 IC for Iron Condor. Expiring today, 11/29 at 14 each. So I originally opened these. Let's see. SPY, Iron Condor. That's not the right day. So I might have to do the strike prices instead. Yeah, I opened these yesterday at 327 for 22 a piece. Originally opened at 22 each. So we do 22 minus 14 is 8. So measly little $80 profit. I always like to include a little fun GIF. I usually like using this one. I think it's pretty funny. But yeah, these are sinking a little bit more in value. They're trading at 11 now, so I'm going to get out of the rest. My goal was to close them at 10. It's close enough for me. Don't always. Again, you don't want to be married to a specific number. I see 28 likes. Yeah, we did get the likes up. Let's get 30. Good morning. I'm going to try to close them at 12. So I'm going to place a limit order to close at 12. So the ask is at 13 right now, so the odds of getting filled on it is pretty low, but I'm just going to place it now. Hope it gets filled later on. And after this, I'm going to go to the bathroom for like 2 minutes because I'm about to pee myself. So this is a, let's see. Let me re-screenshot that actually, because I didn't do it on the stream. So limit order to close SPY 390, 391 to 399, 400 IC for iron condors. Excuse me. At 12 each. And there is a 1 week free trial for the premium Discord if y'all want to join that. That's going to be in this, somewhere around here. I can't find it right now. So the premium free trial looks like some people are already asking for it. Toxic Chaos, I see you in the chat. I will add you in. Any news today to cause volatility? Yes, we do have. This is something that I actually missed this morning, but we do have. If you go to the economic calendar, I'll link this before I go to the bathroom. So this is the economic calendar. This is all the basically, data events that are coming out each day. And there was supposed to be, consumer confidence is coming out at 10 a.m. So I want to get out of the trade. My goal is actually to get out of the trade by 10 a.m. So I'm going to try to do that. I'm going to go to the bathroom for 2 minutes, and I will be right back. So I'm going to cut the stream, at least cut my face off. Let's see. All right, and I'll be right back with y'all. All right, I'm back. Don't worry, everyone. All right, so the iron condors going for 11 cents at the mid price. Gonna replace the order. Again, I want to get out by 10 o'clock before the consumer confidence. And it looks like we'll have to get out at 13 if we want to get out in the next 4 minutes. So let's close that at 13. Nice iron condor, followed you to that. Yeah. That was a pretty good one. I was hedging this actually with UVixie, and I don't think that trade is working out right now, but we'll get to that. If you don't see anything on Discord, you have to do the little the verification process. I'm not sure what exactly it looks like, but give me 1 second. I'll get to that. Let me post this trade alert right quick. All right. So let's see. Closing options alert. Just took profits on the last 10 SPY, 390, 391 to 399, 400, iron condors, expiring today, 11.29 at 13 each. All right. We closed the other 10 for 14. Wait a minute. No, we closed the other. Yeah, we closed the other 10 for 14, right? And then we closed these for 13. Average close at 0.135. Opened at 0.22 each. So 22 minus 13.5. 8.5 times 20. Nice little $170 profit. Again, I'm not one that, shoots for the stars and makes $1 million or even $1,000 per trade, but, the small wins add up over time as long as you're cutting your losses short. 170 profit. Let me set up. Oh, I feel like my traps are just stress as hell right now. But yeah, so if you don't see anything on Discord, go to the CAPTCHA. So you'll see this is probably the first thing that you'll see is the do CAPTCHA to chat. Go to the CAPTCHA, make sure that you fill out the CAPTCHA. So it's this right here. So you'll see verify. It'll probably take you through some funky verification process. Like sometimes it'll give you like weird things like pick 3 dogs with their eyes closed or something like that, and then you should be in with that. Looks like the N2 spreads aren't really doing that great, even though N2 is down to 383. The spreads are trading at 130. But the odds of N2 being below the 385 strike price are just getting higher. So the consumer confidence report just came out, or it should have came out. So this is a CB, consumer confidence. So if you read the little synopsis on this, let's see. Synopsis is CB, consumer confidence, measures the level of consumer confidence in economic activity. It is a leading indicator as it can predict consumer spending, which plays a major role in overall economic activity. Higher ratings point to higher consumer optimism. So the Fed doesn't want consumer optimism, right? Because that leads people to spend more, which leads to more inflation. Obviously, what the Fed is trying to work against. So if we read the numbers, it came in at 100.2 when the expectation from Wall Street was 100, and this is down from last month at 102.2. So consumer confidence dropped from last month, but it came in at expectations. So that would be either slightly bullish because the Fed wants consumer confidence to start coming back, or that would be neutral because it's basically at what Wall Street expected. So you can make a bullish / neutral trade on that. Looks like SPY is already climbing up a little bit. And let's pull up some price levels that I would think that it would stay above. Obviously, if there's any other big news that comes out today, that would render this trade wrong, basically. But for right now, I'm assuming bullish / neutral. So bullish / neutral strategy would be a put credit spread. And I think I could probably use the lows from, it looks like 1122, 1118 to 1122. I think that'll be a nice little spot for us to just stay above. So I'm going to open this over on another screen, the trade, and then if y'all join the Discord, you can follow along with what trade I'm opening. I'll always show the closing of the trades so y'all can see how much profit or loss I take with each trade, but the opens will be exclusive to the Discord. So let's work on that. All right, looks like we are pulling back a little bit, but I'm still pretty confident in us staying above 393. And I'm not super confident in it just because the trend has been down this morning, selling off on the China tensions. But we'll see. I don't think the credit for this is very good, actually, so I might not. I'll either wait for it to come down a little bit more, maybe coming back down to the 395.5 level, or I just won't put as much risk on the table for this. I'll probably, since I'm less confident on this trade, I don't know if y'all were here yesterday, but basically whenever I'm more confident for a trade, I'll size the trade by how much money I want to make. But if I'm less confident on the trade, then I'll size a trade as to how much money I'm willing to lose. This trade, I think I'm probably willing to lose like $450. I just don't like the small credit that's paying right now. Let's see if I can get a better credit going more risky. I mean, you get almost double the credit for a higher strike price, but I'm not willing to take that. I guess I am willing to take that risk. Just risking less accordingly. So I'll probably risk 400 for this trade. So I'm not going to open a ton of spreads, but we'll see. Yeah, that looks like a good trade to make. We'll see how this goes. Oh, that's not the right screenshot. There we go. All right. accidentally posted that in the wrong tab, but I will fix that right quick. All right. So this is a bullish / neutral trade, and I'm assuming that SPY's going to stay above that 393.46 level. I'm going to set up some price levels that I would exit at just in case the trade starts going against me. And this one's going to be a day trade. Looks like we are starting to move up. I would think that we cross that 396.83 level. Obviously, no guarantees in this market, but that would be a good start for the spread. Let me pull up some price levels from yesterday. So at close, so I'll use both the closing price of yesterday, if it's relevant. So the closing price at 4 p.m. was $395.92. So that'll be my first price level. I'm not going to exit at that price level. It's going to be a soft price level. You have some lows around 395. I'll call it 25 because the markets love round numbers. It's not exact, but you don't exactly need, perfect numbers in the market. You could also probably use these candles. So they're very large candles. Again, candles of significance. You take the open price, the closing price, divide that by 2, get the average. I'm not going to use those because that would be pretty close to the 395.25 level, and that's doesn't really make sense to overcrowd your screen. Another potential price level we could draw up would be 393.46 and then 395.25, and taking the average between those. So if we're just looking for a day trade, usually I like to use the 5-minute chart, which this one is a 2-day 5-minute. So we'll take the average between 393.46, 395.25, divide that by 2 or multiply it by a half, and you get 394.35. So if we go below 394.35, I'm going to get out of this trade. So I'm going to actually move this up. 393, was it 393.45? If I remember right. Sometimes my memory fails me. 394.35. Oh, just mix the numbers around. 394.35. Excuse me, I'd like to move this up, please. All right, so I'm going to replace the alert with that. And again, this is, you don't need perfect numbers. 393.34 is close enough to 393, or 394.34 is close enough to 394.35. So I'm not going to fret over a penny. But that's the exit plan, so I'll outline the exit plan on the Discord. Planning. So I'll type in the reason for it. So again, consumer confidence came in at expectations this morning, down from last month. So that's kind of the caveat here. Last month, which is what the Fed wants. They want less confidence for the consumer to bring inflation down. So that's why I think that it's bullish. Planning to exit if SPY goes below 394.34 price level. But yeah, that's the new trade for today. It's a day trade. Hopefully it's a decent one. Let me see how that trade is doing. So far, that trade's up a whopping $10. Hopefully, it gains a little bit more. At SPY, seems to be going up right now. I would imagine if we went probably above 397.50, these would be pretty cheap, and I could buy them back. So I'm gonna set this alert. Actually, I'm gonna move it to 397.50, and that'll be my upside target for today. It's also likely that we just end up trading between these two price levels and neither of them hit, which would still be good because, again, my assumption was that we would stay above the 393 level. So, or if SPY goes above 397.50 price level. All right. And then usually as the day progresses, I'll change my strike prices or my exit plan. So if SPY just ends up trading flat all day, let's say that by 3 o'clock it's trading at the same level that it's at right now at 396, then I'm going to start reducing this little price range that I have for my exit plan. Again, you don't want to stay married to any specific number in the stock market because everything is always changing. There's always new news coming out. It's going to move the markets around in one direction or another. But Powell is supposed to be speaking Wednesday, November 30th at 1:30. This was a correction. I don't know what the correction was. Okay. Yeah. Let's see. I might close part of the Intuit spreads that I had opened yesterday. Right now they're only up 24 and Intuit's trading at 382. You gotta be kidding me. How are these spreads not gaining any value? That is baloney. Absolute baloney for that. Intuit's down 1% today, but the spreads aren't moving. So somebody in the Discord asked me when I'm planning to close. I did outline my exit plan. I don't know if they saw it, but let's see. SPY. So I'll do it like this. If SPY goes above, what was it, 397.50 or below 394 something. $394.34. But yeah, those Intuit spreads just aren't doing much. The bid ask on it is stupid wide, of course, with it being on Robinhood. So that blows, but it is what it is. Let's see what else we got going on in the market. How is Apple reacting to the Twitter drama, I wonder? Down 0.7% today. I wouldn't really see that as like a major sort of change based on this news. I mean, it's still trading at 140. and it's, Apple. It's the what would you call it? I guess the Apple of the stock market, or like, the stock that people invest in, the first stock pretty much everybody invests in. So they got that going for them. Definitely in a downtrend if you look at the weekly chart on a 5-year time frame. Let's see. Doesn't look like there's much other opportunities this morning. Looks like VIX is up while SPY is up. Usually that doesn't end up happening, so that's a bit unusual. I think I'm going to get out of the UVIXY calls that I had open, so let me pull that up. I opened these yesterday at around the same time that I opened the Iron Condors, so this is going to take a knock on the profits that I had made from the Iron Condors, but I'm just following my exit strategy. I wanted to close these before the consumer confidence came out, but I just didn't have time for it. So I'm going to close all of these contracts. I bought $8 calls expiring 12/2, 10 of them at 41 cents a piece. Right now the bid is at 28, so we're going to have to close it at the bid since we're selling to close these. The bid just moved down to 27. Of course, as soon as I want to exit it, 0.27, not 2,700 each. That would be nice, but not possible. And I opened 10 of these, so I didn't risk a lot. I risked $400. So this was a non-confident trade. So I always base my non-confident trades and the size of them on how much money I'm willing to lose. I was willing to lose 400, and I'm only losing 130, so cutting my losses short. Sucks to take a loss, obviously, but that's just part of trading. You win some, you lose some. As long as you're winning more than you're losing, then you come out profitable. Just cut losses on the UVIXY. Let me move this over here so y'all can. UVIXY 8 calls expiring this Friday, 12/2 at 0.27 each. Originally opened at 41 each. So 410 minus 270. I took a $140 loss on it. Sucks to suck. While I'm at it, let me actually type these trades into my spreadsheet. Drive. Oh, what the hell? This is not my... Looks like my wife or someone is using my drive. Okay. November trade log. I need to move October over. So the Intuit spread we haven't closed yet. I think I closed this one. Let's see. Let me pull up the Discord. SPY call credit. Closed those at 11 each yesterday. 11/28. 0 data expiration. I closed them. They did not expire. Try not to let options expire. The Iron Condors, those expired today, and I closed those at 13.5 each. So I'll type in today's date, closed myself. And I always like to go with the higher number if it's like a decimal. like a fraction of a penny, just to be conservative, I guess. And then that UVXY, we closed today too, and I wrote the wrong day for the open, but 11.28, and I closed those today 11.29 for 27 each. So the profit for this week, funnily enough, is $420. Excuse me, I'm sorry. Did we open and close any new trades today? I don't think so. So let's finish this trading session off. See where SPY is trading at. Gotta love 420. It's just the number of the universe multiplied by 10, guys. Nothing ambiguous about it, right? Anyway. Drugs are bad. Stay in school. That's what the world wants to tell us anyway, right? Coming from a college dropout. What was I looking for? Got too distracted. Oh, I gotta go back to the SPY chart. So now it's trading at 396.50. Let me check on the spreads that I opened earlier. They ought to be doing pretty well since it's up from when I opened. But no guarantees in this market ever. I'm up 25 on it so far, so nice little lunch money for today. I'm not going to take profits on it yet because it hasn't reached either of my price levels, so I'll wait. Be patient. I do have some TLT iron condors that are doing pretty well right now, so let me pull those up. Maybe we consider closing these. So I'm up 90. I spent a lot of money on this trade, so I want to make more than 90, but I also don't want to be greedy, obviously. I opened 45 of these iron condors, assuming that TLT would be between 97 and 106. Currently is trading at, God knows. Currently it's trading at 102. So it's kind of right in the middle of where I need it to be. I do still have another week until expiration for it. Given the concerns around China, we could see bond yields starting to go up, which would end up sending TLT down, right? So I think I have enough room to the downside. Right now it's trading at 102, and I'm assuming that it's going to stay above 97, so I think I'm going to keep holding. I originally opened these, let's see, at 18 cents a piece, 45 of them. And for $810 in total credit. So I think I'm going to keep holding. Power messing everything up tomorrow. Powell, yeah. Powell is always the fun one. You have a couple other Fed members speaking tomorrow. But it's about 5 more minutes until I'm out of here. So I think I'm going to cut this a little bit short. And we'll plan to exit that trade if it goes above 397.50 or below 394.30. And I will catch y'all tomorrow at the same time. We'll see what the markets have in store for us. All right. See y'all then. Bye, everyone.